power tools, right? Well, I have mentioned that power tools can be a great boon, force for good, pardon the pun. They can also cause you problems. I'm here working on Kevin's beautiful ZX10R. By the way, this is really quite a bike. And one of the attachment bolts, I'll give you a little close-up in a second, right here, there were actually two, one on either side of the bike, that they had rounded off, they're Allens, and they had rounded off the interior Allen, the female side of the Allen, so that when you put the wrench in, the wrench just doesn't catch. And my guess is that they did that with a power tool. They just ran it in so tight that they just rounded off the inside of it. That's all good when it's going on and you never need to take it off, but come the time you need to take it off, things get weird. So the news that's kind of interesting about this situation is that this one screw right here is the only one that actually threads into the frame. It actually goes into metal. If it's going into plastic on some of these others, they're relatively easy to take care of. I say relatively, there are issues. But the good news here is it looks like they didn't strip out the threads in the metal boss behind, because that amplifies the pain that you have to go through. So I have a set of easy outs here. These are called easy outs. So let's go back to that. This is the easy out. This end you drop. This end you screw into that screw, or sorry, drill into that screw. This is the easy outside. This end you actually turn in, and since it's a reverse thread, you turn it in this direction. As you're doing so, you're tightening it, which in turn causes that screw to come out. This is the screw I'm talking about. Here is the boss on the other side that it connects to, that I'm hoping and praying it didn't get to and strip out. So I was waiting for Kevin. Kevin and I were going to be working on this together today. And when you're working on your friend's bike, you want to be a little careful. You don't want to drill holes or cause issues that they may come back and say, gee, he was a nice guy, but he drilled a hole in my bike. But in this case, I think we're safe to proceed a little bit, because we are not actually touching the frame. So if we goof up anything, it's only going to be with this screw. So stand by. I'm going to go get my drill motor and we're going to give it a try. So wish us luck. So here's my power drill. It's a Craftsman, and I'm going to put the bit in. I'm going to close up on that so that you can see. And wish Kevin and I well, will you? But I'll show you how this procedure goes. If all goes well, we're not far away from removing that little troublesome screw there. It's 4mm, by the way. That doesn't matter anymore because it's not 4mm anymore. So stand by next time. Okay, so get ready for some action shots here. This is the easy out. As I pointed out, I put this end into the driver, and then we line it up here and try to get a hole in there. So I'm going to do that in just a second. Stand by. Little action work here. And yes, we are going to use power tools. So after a little closer look, I decided to go down one size. Here we go. Okay, we got something happening here. Let me see if this is a better angle for all you people out there watching over a cup of coffee or something better. And this seems to be making a little more progress through the screw. I'm not worried about losing the screw because that's gone anyway. I'm just worried about getting at a point where I can try and get that easy out in. Or if I have to, I'll drill out the entire screw. Just don't want to mess up that metal boss in the back of it. Okay, for those of you thirsting for an update here, my easy out failed actually. The thread on the easy out stripped. So I've drilled out the core of this screw, and I'm now taking it like, oh gosh, if I get a 1/16 of an inch at a time, I'm happy. But it's moving. See if I can catch this on video. So it's exciting for me if you spent the time that I did after this. So be aware of those power tools. Many modern power tools have a little torque setting you can set on them. And I recommend when you're running anything down for the first time, you set it on a low torque setting. If you're running something down or a lot of things down and you're just using the tool to help speed up the process, I'll still be very cautious about putting that up on a high torque setting. I'll show you what I mean here. This screwdriver has these settings here, and that is the torque that it will put into before it has internal gears that'll stop it from turning. And I recommend, like I say, if you're running in a whole bunch of those, set that on a low level at first, and then go in and try to cinch the deal. But overall, being a garage type amateur mechanic, for smaller diameter screws and things like that, I really do feel hand tools, just doing it by hand is good enough, because I know the guys out there will say, hey, I get so much time to do this. I don't have that issue. So, ouch, doggone it, pinch me. But anyhow, that's the update. It's coming out about 1/4 inch at a time, and I'm trying not to screw up Kevin's fairing here. So keep our friendship intact. I hope he's going to be as happy as I am when I get this darn thing yanked out of there. And I hope I do not scar up the fairing. I'll try to turn the camera back on when it's just about ready to pop out, and you can enjoy that moment with me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. I'm sorry I couldn't show it to you when it popped right out of there, but pop out it did. And what happened is the gentleman who used the power tool before managed to weld the insert to the backing there together almost. In any case, it's out. That took a long time to save a bolt, and also to save the fairing. And I don't think there's any damage to Kevin's fairing, so I'll be able to look him straight in the eye when I do see him, and he'll be here, I am sure, before too many days are gone. I don't think he is going to make it this evening, but the next thing I'm going to do, and I'll let you know the outcome, is I am going to check to see if that metal piece on the other side is stripped or not. I'm going to try it with another bolt. So there, let's see, can you see me? Can you see me now? So there it is, about an hour or so worth, well, actually, make that an hour and a half for that thing to come out. It is now well and truly destroyed. Never underestimate an old man with a set of tools. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. Okay, I'll let you know if that metal piece on the inside is stripped or not. Keep your fingers crossed, because that means we'd have to get an insert in there, a helix or a helicoil, sorry, or something like that. But I'll let you know. All right, just about time to sign off here, but I don't know if you can see this, but the threads are not destroyed on the other side of that boss. If I had a metric tap, I do not. Who believes in metrics anyway? If I had a metric tap, I might try and chase those threads a little bit, but I'm not going to do that. I think it's actually doing pretty well there, and you have a little spacer that's supposed to sit up. Kevin and I are going to have to go into the Kawasaki parts catalog and find out what that is, but really good news there, because that would have meant, as I say, a helicoil drilling out, put a helicoil in or something like that. Don't have to do that. So huzzah, we got rid of the 2 strip screws. Only took 2 hours of my lifetime, and a lot of patience. Remember, patience is the most important virtue, and that's why I advocate using power tools with small diameter screws. Look at that, goes in there, just so nice. Using power tools with small diameter screws with just a lot of caution, folks, because some poor old guy like me is going to have to come along behind you and make it all work again. Anyhow, it's good. So we got it out. We'll do another vlog soon with Kevin here in the man cave. He's been raving about the changes to the bike with the ECU, and we'll get to the bottom of all that. In the meantime, it's to the parts catalog. Hey, hope you enjoyed a little bit of this anyway. Me, I've got to go put my fingers in ice because I think I burnt them when that thing was twisting around. Okay, ZX10R, you're a tough old bird, but we got you working great. Okay, bye for now. By the way, I'm ashamed to say this in a way, but here is the selection of tools that I ended up getting a 4mm screw out of the fairing. Now, I think if I had the wherewithal, I would have just bought a new fairing and ripped it off. But hey, I just wanted to share that with you, how your inventiveness can get. It's out. That's all that we need to think about.